guys, it's Angela, and today I'm going to be telling you about all the books I plan to read during the month of June. So the month of June is going to be an interesting month for me because on the 20th I am taking the 8-hour trip to go to Cleveland, and on the 22nd I'm getting my 4th invasive heart procedure at the Cleveland Clinic. So like I said, I've done this will be my 4th time, and I know the recovery is kind of rough, especially depending on what they do. So I don't know how much reading I'm going to want to do or be like physically feeling up to doing after the 22nd. So keeping that in mind, this TBR is a little bit ambitious, but hopefully I can get through it. So the first two books we have are The Diviners and Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. And I have a plan for these books. So I've already read The Diviners and gave it 5 stars, so during the month of June I'm going to be rereading this. And my plan is that I need to have this book finished by the 22nd. I'm going to be listening to the audiobook for this book, and the audiobook is like 18 hours long, and I don't know if they're the same length. This one feels a little bit longer, so I can only assume that the audiobook for Lair of Dreams will be even longer than that. But anyway, my plan is to have this listened to by the 20th, so then during the 8-hour car ride back home and during my recovery, I can listen to Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray, which is a book that's on my 20 books to read in 2020, and I've also been wanting to continue this series for a while. So if you don't already know, The Diviners is set in 1920s New York, which I absolutely love, and I will say the audiobook is fantastic, so if you like audiobooks, I would definitely recommend going that route. But anyway, this book is set in 1920s New York, and it follows Evie, who is a girl that has these special powers, and this book is like really dark, and there's sort of like a whole murder aspect and just like demons and it's just dark. And I love dark books, and I absolutely loved this first book. I know I'm already going to give it a 5 stars at the end of June because I loved it the first time and I'm loving it the second time. But yeah, the series is really loved here on BookTube, so I'm super excited to continue with it in June. Next up we have The Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, which I planned to read in May and didn't pick up at all. So, good job. Anyway, this is a vampire book and a lot of people love it. It's very loved within the book community in general. And if you know me, I am trash for a great vampire story. And honestly, that is all I know and sort of all I want to know. I don't really want to know much going into this book because I sort of just want to be surprised, and this is the first of 6 books, and I was lucky enough to receive a box set for all 6 books recently, so I'm going to be trying to read 1 a month. So yeah, Vampire Academy next month. Also, it's super floppy and it just makes me happy. Next, It's My Life by Stacey Remy, which follows a girl who has cerebral palsy. And if you didn't already know, I have cerebral palsy, and so I was super excited to get this book. This is an arc that was sent to me by Allie from the channel Hardback Hoarder, and she's already read it and annotated it, and she's wrote some notes for me inside talking about some of her thoughts. So my plan is to read this and annotate alongside Allie and just sort of see what happens after that. I'm really glad that she annotated it because I've never annotated a book that someone else has annotated. And so yeah, I'm really curious to see how the rep is and just how the story is overall, and I'm really excited to pick this up and then read it and talk about it with Allie. Next we have Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. This is a cute little horror middle grade which I'm super excited to pick up. This follows 3 11-year-olds who get stuck in the woods behind this mist, and there's like this scary scarecrow that like follows them, or his eyes follow them, something about him. He's a big part of the story, I guess. And they basically sort of have to figure out, 1, how to get out, and then 2, I guess there's a bunch of like mysteries that have to do with the town and stuff. And I love horror, and I've never read, no, that's a lie, I did read 1 middle grade horror. This will be my 2nd. And the first middle grade horror I read, I really enjoyed. So I anticipate really enjoying this one as well. It's also the first in a series, which makes me really excited, and it's just like super short and quick, and I feel like this is a book that I can get through really quickly. The next book in here, I don't even know if I'm going to get to, but I included it anyway because I really dropped the ball on my reading one Stephen King book per month. So the book I chose to try to tackle in June is Firestarter by Stephen King. This deals with a girl who has, I think it's called pyrokinesis. She can start fires with her mind, and her name is Charlie. And this follows her story, and there's also this like whole drug experiment and sinister government plot, so sort of a Stranger Things-esque, which Stranger Things is just a buzzword for me, honestly. I love the show so much, and I'll read anything that is like remotely similar because of how much I love it, and I think it's also set like in the 80s or something. So yeah, I'm really excited to pick this up. It is a little bit of a chunker because it's like stiff and stuff, and I don't want to crack the spine because I think the spine is really pretty. I would probably listen to this on audio, again, if I have time and can do so. So those are all the physical books I have that I'd like to read during the month of June. I also have a bunch of e-arcs that I want to read, and then I've sort of kind of want to plan some different reading vlogs too on top of this stuff. So for those reasons, I'm not going to tell you about those yet because I want to like keep the suspense for the reading vlogs or whatever. But yeah, this has been my little June TBR. I'm sorry I haven't been filming or posting a lot lately. I honestly have not been feeling well at all, hence the upcoming procedure. But yeah, I just like haven't been feeling well. But I got out of bed today and I filmed, so there's that. Anyway, I hope that June is a great reading month and a great month in general for you. And as always, have a good one.